Hello students, welcome to AKS IAS. In this lecture, we will be dealing with some of the important current affairs that have been appearing in the news and what could be the possible mains related, that is the subjected related questions that could be asked in your UPSC and state PCS examination. In this question and answer discussion session, we will be discussing the potential questions which could be asked from current affairs and what could be the tentative answer for the same. That is, we would be discussing some indicative answers. So, let us begin with the first question. So, the question reads: in the middle of the pandemic, that is related to COVID 19, the FCI, what is FCI? It is the Food Corporation of India, holds the key to warding off a looming crisis of hunger and starvation. And the keyword of the question is elaborate. Okay. So, whenever you're asked to elaborate in a particular question, you have to try to substantiate the statement which has been given in the question by relevant examples, relevant information, and try to elaborate on whatever statement that has been given in the question. So, in this question, you could see what are the important terms that we have to notice. One is pandemic, FCI, a crisis, and hunger as well as starvation. These are some of the key aspects that we have to address in this question. So, to begin with, when we try to answer this kind of question, what are the key concepts or key points of this question? The FCI has already moved 3 million tons to states, including the states of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, Karnataka, and those in the northeast, where the demand outstrips within the state procurement and stocks. Okay, so the FCI has already moved the stocks wherever there's a greater demand for the stocks and where there's a dearth by the state procurement agencies. The FCI has also enabled purchases by states. Okay, purchases by states and non-governmental organizations directly from FCI depots, doing away with e-auctions typically conducted for open market sales scheme, that is OMSS. Next important point is, given the extended lockdown that India is facing, the FCI is uniquely positioned to move grain across state borders, where private sector players continue to face formidable challenges. Thus, with passenger rail and road traffic suspended due to lockdown, grain can move quickly without bottlenecks. Yet, there is a widespread sense that FCI is simply not moving fast enough and could do much more. The next key point that you have to notice: FCI has already a decentralized network of godowns. So, in the current context, it would be useful for the state government and the FCI to maintain stocks at block headquarters or at panchayats, that is the cutting edge of administration, so as to provide food grain to food insecure and remote areas in small hermetic silos or containers. There is a strong case for the central government to look beyond the PDS and the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana and release stocks over and above the existing allocations, but at its own expenses rather than transferring the fiscal burden to the states. So here it has to be noted that whatever you know initiative that the FCI is taking, the expenses should be borne by the central government rather than all burdening the state governments, which are already under severe fiscal burden and financial stress. So, along with a pre-positioning strategy, what is a pre-positioning strategy? That is, the FCI should try to move certain stocks and make them available beforehand so as to meet the looming crisis. This would provide a flexibility to local governments to access grains for contextually appropriate interventions at a short notice, including feeding programs, free distribution to vulnerable and marginalized sections, to those who are excluded from the PDS and etc. It also allows freedom to panchayats, village panchayats, for example, to sell the grain locally at pre specified prices until the supply is restored. In many states, there is a vibrant network of self help groups formed under the National Rural Livelihoods Mission, which can be tasked with last mile distribution of food aid other than the PDS. So, this PDS system is an effective system. However, there could be certain limitations in distributing the grains at the cutting edge level directly to the people. So this indicative answer says that there could be usage of the self-help groups such as the SHGs formed due to NRLMs, and there could be, for instance, in the states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, you have Dwakra group of SHGs. So these are very effective and these are organized SHGs, and this organizational level of operation will definitely help in reaching out to the last mile connectivity. In many places, farmer producer organizations have been at forefront for rebuilding these broken supply chains. The FCI, along with the NAFID, what is NAFID? It is the National Agricultural Cooperative Marketing Federation of India. So, along with NAFID, the FCI is placed to rope in expertise to manage the logistics to support these efforts. NAFED has already taken the initiative to procure and transport horticulture crops. Okay. Thus, the relevance of an organization such as FCI, that is the Food Corporation of India, or of public stock holding of grains, common to most of the South Asian countries, has never been more strongly established than now, even as we contemplate its role in the new post pandemic world. Okay, so that is about the importance that the FCI holds even till date, and especially in this looming crisis and in this crisis situation, FCI ought to and will play a definitely decisive role. Okay,